Good, happy Saturday morning, June 2nd, 2018. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this edition of Good Morning, New Hampshire. And grab your cup of coffee and enjoy us for this edition of Good Morning, New Hampshire. I have my cup of coffee, and I'm drinking out of the live Kelly and Ryan coffee mug. Let's begin with your news. Overdose death rates drop in Manchester and Nashua. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
New Hampshire's realtors have been putting people and homes together since 1933. We're professionals who know that people...
So many people focused on saving lives in the midst of the drug crisis. Some good news is a sign that their efforts are working.
Year to date, we are now down in fatalities over the period of time that's gone by in a year. So that's encouraging news that less people are dying from overdoses.
That's the good news from the most recent round of overdose numbers from across the state. In Manchester, 3 people died from opioid overdoses in May. Overall, OD deaths are down 26% in the last year. And in Nashua, a similar trend. Deaths are down 2% in the last year.
We continue to bring awareness to it. There are a lot of people working real hard to get people into treatment, and I'm hopeful that we're turning that corner.
While lives are being saved, the latest numbers show overdoses in general are on the rise. Manchester ODs are up 11% in the last 365 days and up 9% in Nashua. The CEO of Gatehouse, a treatment center in Nashua, says opioids are still a hurdle far from being overcome.
We try to make beds available, but we do have a high number of calls, and that average age is still 18 to 29, and a lot of people still trying to overcome, especially with opioids. It's still probably 90% of our caseload here.
He and others say the difference in saving lives has been making treatment more readily accessible. And people have been using safe stations in Manchester and Nashua. That new report showing there have been well over 5,000 visits of people seeking help to get over their addictions. Live in Manchester, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Now let's turn things over to the weather, and we have meteorologist Chris Jerzinska delivering the weather today. Let's take a look.
In the day, Bell-Tate's knew we provided quality products and honest service. Customers would come back again and again. Have things changed? Sure. But what hasn't is Bell-Tate's commitment to giving you a fair price and friendly service. Visit us at belltates.com.
Good morning, folks. Meteorologist Chris Jerzinska in for Josh Judge. Got a pretty decent weekend on the way. Do have to dodge a few showers in southeastern New Hampshire today as a cold front moves through. By the way, that cold front not only will make it cooler, but it's going to make it a whole lot drier. After feeling like Florida with dew point temperatures in the 70s for the last day, it is going to be much, much more invigorating as we round off the weekend. We are looking at a few showers south of New York City. The remains of what was once Tropical Storm Alberto still swimming around. Now, the good news is because most of the weather is being pressed to the south over the next 24 hours. The bulk of rain, and there could be some prodigious rain from this, will stay to our south. Just a few scattered showers, maybe a quick rumble of thunder or a downpour in southeastern New Hampshire, but even there, it's not going to rain all day. Then we look off to the north because it is going to be a glorious Sunday. Cooler, not exactly summer-like weather, but it'll be much, much drier. That humidity really is going to drop, invigorating air coming in from Canada. And then we turn our attention to the west. There is some really nasty, rip-snorting weather coming on through the upper plains. That weather, in a much diminished form, so not in a severe weather form, will be coming in here from Monday through Wednesday. In fact, it's really going to nosedive, and maybe even some of the remains of Alberto start to work in with that too for some rain coming in for Monday. So enjoy the next couple. It finally lines up with the weekend, at least the nicer weather. For today, humidity drops. Sunniest weather north. Scattered showers south, but it's not going to rain all day in southern New Hampshire, and it will still be warm even under some cloud cover in southeastern New Hampshire. Our temperatures climb into the upper 70s to lower 80s. Warmest weather will be in through the upper and lower Connecticut River Valley in the Monadnock region, where we'll be in the 80s, upper 70s to lower 80s, although much milder, much drier off to the north, less humid, and temperatures there still around 80, much sunnier too. Overnight tonight, invigorating air. Clear, cooler. We may drop into the upper 30s in the North Country. Most of us, though, in the 40s to lower 50s. Great time to, if you have an AC, to shut off the AC or the fan, open the window. Nature's AC overnight tonight with lows dropping down into the 50s. And after that humid stretch that we've recently had, it'll feel pretty nice. For Sunday, I mean, I just think it's going to be beautiful. It may be a little cool for some, especially near the coast as the wind starts to turn out of the east. That means our temperatures at the seacoast are only going to be around 60, so that is a little bit chilly. The rest of us, though, pleasantly into the upper 60s to lower 70s. Plenty of sunshine, horizon to horizon, sun up to sundown. And with the daylight hours being so long at this time of year, we're going to get every ounce of that sun for the day tomorrow. Here's how your temperatures break down. Again, coolest at the coast with that onshore breeze, and that's going to be the theme for the next several days. In fact, I'm sorry to say that after tomorrow, it really goes downhill. Not only do we have an onshore breeze keeping our temps around 60, but we add some rain, wind, maybe even a few downpours and raw weather. Might get a few breaks of sunshine on Tuesday, especially away from the coast, but some more showers move through in the afternoon. That could turn into another coastal rainstorm on Wednesday. Mainly in the morning, we could get some afternoon sunshine. Still, though, highs only around 60. Much nicer, drier, and milder for the end of the week with high temperatures back into the 70s. Thanks very much for clicking on this WMUR Weather on the Web videocast.
Okay, and there you go on your weather forecast from meteorologist Chris Jarlinska. And now let's take a look at your event calendar and see what type of events are happening today in New Hampshire. Vince Price Film Festival, The Bat, at 7 p.m. in Jaffrey. Spring Open House at 9 o'clock a.m. in Colebrook. Night Protocol Concert, 7 p.m. in Colebrook. 11th Annual Plant Sale in Manchester, New Hampshire at 9 a.m. Traditional Craft Days, 10 o'clock a.m. in Canterbury. Food Trucks for Casa, 11 o'clock a.m. in Manchester. Rising on the River, Culloden, at 10 o'clock a.m. in Charlestown. Clydesdale Camera Day, 1 p.m. in Merrimack. Physical Acting Workshop at New Hampshire Theatre Project at 9:30 a.m. in Portsmouth. Basket Weaving Class with Ray at 9 a.m. in Meredith. Celebration of Lupin at 8 a.m. in Sugar Hill. And those are all the events happening today in New Hampshire. And if you want to read more about those events, just go to visitnewhampshire.gov, then go under Things to Do, and then click on the event calendar. Now let's talk about some farmers markets. You know, we have farmers markets in New Hampshire, so let's go through the list of farmers markets in New Hampshire. So if you're interested in checking out a few farmers markets that are here in New Hampshire, let's take a look. First, we'll start with the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee area. So in the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee area, we have Bailey's Turkey Farm and Claremont Farmers Market. Next region, we will take a look at the Great North Woods area. The Great North Woods area, we have Bailey's Tuckery Farm, Claremont Farmers Market, and Warren Berlin Farmers Market. Now let's take a look at the Lakes area. The Lakes area, we have Beans and Greens Farmstead and Barnstead Farmers Market. Next region, we'll look at the Merrimack Valley. Merrimack Valley, we have Salem, New Hampshire Farmers Market, Amherst Farmers Market, Manchester Community Farmers Market, and Canterbury Community Farmers Market. Next region, we will go to the Monadnock region. B. Fields Farm in the Monadnock region in Wilton, New Hampshire. Let's take a look on the Seacoast region. Rochester Farmers Market in Rochester, New Hampshire. Statewide. Oops, sorry, nothing. Nothing in the White Mountains. And the Concord Farmers Market happens every Saturday near the State House and happening today as well. That's a look at your farmers markets in New Hampshire. A couple other events happening today. At 9 a.m. is Concord Arts Market opening day, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And also at 5 p.m. at UNAMI in Northwood, New Hampshire is open mic at UNAMI. That is happening today as well. And that does it for this edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Good Morning New Hampshire, and I'll see you back here for Good Evening New Hampshire later on this evening. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day.